It is the Friday Wrap with Peet.
And Reet.
You made it!
Finally. Well, let's keep a knock on wood there, because it seems every time I get back, then I don't feel good again. So
I thought you were on vacation. You're just like...
Well, I was for a little bit, and then
Yeah.
I was not feeling well. So that made it a longer vacation.
So you feel...
Doesn't that happen to a lot of people? All of a sudden your vacation is extended?
Yeah, and you say you're sick and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shh, no one knows.
Now I know the secret.
There you go. There you go.
Well, it's good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
Let's start with the Grammys.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me tell you
Why?
something. let me tell you something. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't want anything to do with it because I am so sick of the political
up.
issues. I can't take another award show, and it may have been good. I have no idea. But you watched a little bit of it?
I saw a little bit of it, but you know what? After you get through flipping over different stations, I'm like, I just hate it. I've become to hate it. Just because I know what happens backstage and stuff from being there before. So I know all the phoniness there is, and the people that are like, trying to kiss up to somebody that's there, right?
Yep.
Oh, like all the producers and directors and actresses,
that
actors.
doesn't happen anymore, does it?
Oh yeah, right. Right.
It's not allowed.
I need a job. I'll bat my eyes for you.
Yes.
So weird in Hollywood for that, by the way.
So much political correctness going on in the world
it is.
right now. It's beyond crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of political correctness, Mr. Trump on Tuesday had his State of the Union address.
Uh-huh.
Now, again, I will say this. I was never a Trump fan. Right. Never, ever, ever. I don't like his tweets. Sometimes I don't like what he says. But when I went to see him when he first was running, and he was at the arena in Buffalo where the Sabres play.
Yep.
I can never remember the name because they keep changing it. And it was sold out to the rafters. I listened to his platform, and he said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get the economy going. I'm going to get unemployment down. I'm going to go after ISIS. I'm going to help the military. I'm going to create jobs. I'm going to have tax cuts that people aren't going to believe. And I'm going to build a wall and vet people that come in from countries where I consider there's going to be some problems.
Right. You know what? I love some of that. Obviously, I'm not into everything he does either. But I think he needs to shut up maybe a little bit and do. That, okay, we've heard your platforms, we've heard your stuff. Just start doing it.
Well, he is.
I know he's trying.
Yeah, he is doing.
That's the thing about being the president is like you've got this whole congregation of people that are, against you basically.
And not clapping and sitting there trying to get their ugly faces.
And you can see it right on their faces like, what an idiot. I can't care. I don't care about him. He just looks like.
But you know what you can see through them when he said the economy, the stock market's gone crazy.
Yeah.
We've reduced taxes. People under 24,000 won't be paying tax anymore.
Yeah.
I've created jobs, and they want to clap, and some of them did. Actually.
Oh, I saw that.
Some of the Democrats
I did too.
It was like.
Oh wait! They almost. They caught me. No.
I shouldn't have clapped, but.
Yeah.
Anyways, you know what? It was boring. Okay.
It was boring, but you know what? I think his people probably said, keep it simple, keep it straight.
Yeah, I just think his presentation, he's never going to change.
No, that's
But sometimes the presentation has to be cleaned up just a little bit. But I love what he said, and I agree with what he's doing, and that's what counts. So I'll take a Trump over some of the stuff we got going on in this country where it's just a facade. They do what they want, and they couldn't care less what you think. This guy does care. He does care about the regular person.
He does care, unlike somebody else up in this
Which we'll get
world.
to. Yeah, which we'll get to.
Exactly.
Later on in the wrap.
Do you have a few little tidbits that you wanted to talk about?
I was talking about what he's accomplished.
Yeah.
And what I really love is that ISIS, they're going in there, they're doing the job, and they're not going on CNN and telling them we're going to be over here at this time, 6 o'clock, doing this with this.
Doesn't that drive you crazy?
And we're going to have people in the field so we can cover it.
Did they do that back in the day, where they set out the grid and had all the generals sit around and go, okay, on next Thursday about 3 o'clock, we'll be going over this hill.
Yeah, and so if you're a camel jockey sitting out in the middle of nowhere waiting to do something, you just go, well, there's our intel. Well,
yeah, exactly.
We know
I just don't get it.
He's not doing that. And
wait a minute, we're paying all these people how much money for their jobs, or the Americans are, for their jobs and up here too, and they're doing that? I mean,
I know.
Weren't things supposed to be hush-hush?
And putting their lives at risk.
Yeah, but it's not the generals that are at risk. They're sitting in their cushy office doing whatever. It's the guys out on the field. and which I love. You know, hey, I can't say enough good things about the military.
About the men and women that are out there,
Yeah.
and the police
Canadian,
officers.
American.
That, yes, there are some bad ones. There's bad
Yeah,
ones
oh,
in
yeah.
everything, in television, in cooking, at your local Tim Hortons. There's bad people everywhere, okay? But for the most part, when these people, and especially in a job like that, they are taking it seriously. They are putting their lives on the line
they are.
every single day for freedom and to keep you safe.
Yeah, I so appreciate that.
And he is so behind them. And he's putting more money in.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad for that. But, you know, we'll see how that all goes, how it all turns
Yeah.
out.
Now,
What do we
Steve-
got coming up?
Stephen, well, we're going to talk about Stephen Colbert.
Oh, we
because
went by Stephen.
Yeah, Stephen Colbert, who had to go live. Okay, and
Right.
see, I don't understand CBS. Okay, why they would allow him to go and just like go after Trump after the State of the Union. Okay,
Right.
I understand they think it's funny, but think about it. You alienate a huge portion of a potential audience. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do.
So you can make fun of him. I'm okay with that.
Sure.
You know, throw some barbs in there, but he's obviously totally left Colbert, and he's talking about it all the time, and it gets boring to me.
Clearly.
I know you love him as a comedian, and I used
I
to
do.
love him on the Colbert Report. I did. On this show, all I find him doing is talking politics and kissing up to
Yeah.
people, and I don't find him the same guy.
Well, that's why I got fed up with Jay Leno at one point, just because it's like, okay, Jay, we heard enough about the politics already. Super funny guy. Move on.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I wanted anyway.
So let's come back into our country. Let's talk about, you know what, we have the most amazing prime minister, don't we? Have you guys
Okay,
met
where's
Justin
the
Trudeau?
washroom now?
I need a pail. So you
Yeah.
thought you were sick before.
yeah, you're really making me sick now, Pete.
So
Jeez.
he was asked directly, with all this thing about sexual harassment going on,
Mm-hmm.
and it's now happening in politics in Canada, and it's going to get worse and worse, and it's gone to the point where it's gotten ridiculous, and people
Yeah.
who are really getting harassed and who have really been raped are getting put by the wayside,
Yeah.
which is really sad. But when asked what you should do, this guy is something else. First of all, whoever wrote the speech, or maybe did it himself, bad grammar. And then I can't remember if it was William Lyon Mackenzie or if it
King,
was
yeah.
John A. McDonough. What he did was he said, well, we never got the rules or the way to handle it from them. So he throws it back to them.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
You never got the rules from them. How many years ago was that? I mean, my gosh, that was World War II for crying out loud.
You didn't
Like,
have those kind of situations, and you got it now. So what you should have done is sat around with some people and said, how are we going to attack this? What's our approach going to be?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
put something together and say, look, this is our strategy, and this is what we're going to try to do, and this is how we're going to handle it. But the first thing we shouldn't be doing is, when it's alleged, how are we getting rid of people when it's alleged it hasn't been proven?
Right.
And I think we're setting bad examples here.
We've got something that William Lyon Mackenzie King, my family was involved in him at one
Yeah, you were
point. So
telling
we'll come back and we'll talk more about that
All
on
right.
the Peet Reet Show.
And the Friday wrap. Stay with us. Thanks for hanging in on the Friday wrap with Pete and Reet, and we're not on our regular set. We're actually in your kitchen
We
again.
are in my kitchen. I thought, why not come here? We'll bake some stuff up and you know, a little wine on
And
the
she
side.
knows that, God knows that.
Well, that's why, you know, I've been holding back because we all need to lose a few after Christmas and New Year's and Christmas and New Year's.
So then I shouldn't be eating tonight then, because I never stopped.
Never stop.
I never
Well,
stopped.
that's the problem with starting after Christmas again, trying to get on track.
Yeah.
It's really hard for people trying to lose weight.
And of
that's
course,
for
it gets a
sure.
little depressing. Take all your Christmas decorations down.
Yes,
and
and
you got a
everything
cold,
looks
cold January, and it's a tough one.
plain. Yeah, it's all plain.
All right, so you were talking about William Lyon Mackenzie and the
Isn't that a
connection between
mouthful?
yeah,
I
and
think it
the
is.
connection between your family, which is really really cool.
Yeah.
Because he did something wrong and had to
Yeah.
get to this.
Yeah,
state.
well, he had to get out of the country because apparently he did a few illegal things.
Was it sexual harassment by any chance?
Could have been, and they just said something else. But my family, he had to get out of the country really quickly, and my grandparents, or great-grandparents, I should say, they actually were friends of his.
Really?
And so they smuggled him across the border so he could get out of the country, right? And apparently, like my parents through stories and said, it was really quite interesting because they had to dress him as a woman, thinking of that kind of thing, and ship him across the border, and he got out.
Wow.
They didn't think he would, but he did.
You know, Carries have been famous for centuries, forever.
Yeah, when you look at my mother's history, one of her people was her relatives was a pirate.
Wow.
Right? So there's all kinds of...
I can't even track mine back. I know it's a Ukrainian name, but I can't track it back.
Yeah.
So.
Apparently one of mine came from Barbados and got arrested there for thieving.
Wow. There's all kinds of stuff going back for everybody. But you were just trying to survive.
Yeah,
right?
well, I was looking up stuff for a book that I want to write, and I was looking up family stuff, and that just came really, really weird.
Very cool. So there's a book coming. You'll get all the details on that story. And William Lyon
Right
Mackenzie
here.
King
There you go.
will be a part of it.
Yeah.
We want to talk about a little bit about cap and trade. Now, cap and trade is this thing they instituted to get money for greenhouse gas emissions
Right.
control. Now, they brought in over $2 billion. And then when asked what they've done and how they've used that money, they said they would look into it. Now, you're going to tell me you're going to look at, you want the money, you're going to do it. Don't you have a plan?
Yeah.
They're going to look into it.
Yeah, right.
$2 billion plus.
Yeah, you said all this ahead of time, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, it just boggles my mind how...
Cap and trade.
Yeah, there you go.
Get out of here.
It boggles my mind how useless they are. Did
All
you
right,
see
now,
that?
so summer's coming pretty quickly. I
Yeah.
mean, it really is. We were already through the toughest
I hope
month.
it comes
longest-
quicker.
Yeah. So in Canada, they have about 70,000 jobs that they give to students, seasonal work, right?
Right.
And that's right across the country.
Yeah.
Of course, sometimes there's a little nepotism in there, but that's okay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
People got to have jobs when they're
Yeah.
growing up. Here's what's happened. Our prime minister has decided that you have to sign a document, a contract, and in that contract, you have to support women's reproduction rights,
Okay.
the rights of gender diversion, and transgender Canadians.
And this is kids, like high school kids, that have to sign
Anybody
this.
can get for the summer, a summer job.
And they won't get one if they don't sign it. That's ridiculous.
No. So there's $200 million in there, about, like I said, 70,000 kids across the country, and you have to sign a document. Now, that is against the freedom of rights.
No kidding.
I'm sorry, not everybody thinks the same way, and as a Canadian, just as what everybody doesn't look the same way, doesn't act the same way, in Canada you have a right to, unless it's criminal, to do what you'd like, to speak the way you would like. And if you have a
Exactly.
problem with that, you should not be put in that position. There's a whole group of Christians who do not believe in abortion. Now they can't get a job with the government for their kids. It's
Yeah.
wrong. Any way you look at it, it's wrong. And you know what? Each Canadian must be treated equally before the law. That's I mean,
Yeah.
Mr. Trudeau, did you read that? Did you read it that we have to be treated equally,
Equal.
all of us?
Yes.
So it's reverse discrimination, and it's
It
wrong.
totally is. Totally is. And I mean, sorry, kids 16 years old don't know what most adults don't. What am I talking about?
Come on, when they're bringing in Bill 89, you're up until 18, and when that gets through and Wynn gets done what she's doing, you decide then what gender you are. So how can you be deciding
Yeah.
back then what you believe in?
That's just messed up all day long.
No, that has nothing to
Just-
do with the job, and you have a right to believe what you've done as long as you're not hurting somebody else.
Exactly.
And bullying somebody else, and I think that's wrong. Can we get away from politics?
Yes, please.
Can we please? Can
You
just-
know it's like
can
my
you toss
least
that-
liked
can you-
subject.
Can you
This
toss that?
one?
You're-
This
yeah,
one?
just-
Which one are we getting?
Not this one.
That
Nope. No, we don't want to throw that
Oh, my
one.
head.
We need that
Oh,
one.
hey, can we do that again?
Yeah, that was pretty good. Let's do this one.
All right, let's do that one. There we go.
So NASA lost a satellite 12 years ago. Now this is a satellite that did analysis on the magnetosphere, which is the pool of gases and stuff that kind of move around and wiggle as the sun, which I didn't realize sends out wind. Actually, I did realize, but
Yeah.
really, I shouldn't say that I don't. I'm not going to play stupid, right? I did take sciences.
Yeah.
But it
the
gives,
Big Bang Theory. That's
No, I don't
key.
believe in the Big Bang Theory. No.
No, but science and all that stuff.
I started as a biochemist and
Yeah.
ended up a broadcaster.
Yeah.
So it's the same letter, B and B.
I know, right? Bob, what am I doing today?
But there's solar winds, and they're pretty intense, along with all kinds of radiation and stuff that goes on. And this protects the Earth from
Right.
all that, and just lets the sun come through and give us nice suntans and take care of us and
I want
grow
more
our
suntans then.
Yes.
Do something about it.
But the satellite was lost 12 years ago by
Right.
NASA. Now, these are the people you trust to go to the moon, right?
Yes.
Well, some young Canadian amateur astronomer found it and was communicating with it. He found it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Another great Canadian.
Yeah, just not our prime minister.
No, we should replace him. Anyways,
Couldn't do a worse job.
no, nobody could do a worse job. Absolutely nobody.
And I know
oh, yes,
people
there
out
is one
there are going
person
to go,
win.
oh, you're a liberal basher. I'm really not. I look at everybody's, what their platform is, and, you know, sometimes I agree with it, sometimes I don't.
I'm not a party person.
I'm entitled to do that.
I'm not a party person at all. I don't believe in parties anymore. I believe in the person that's going to stand up there and make our country great again.
Make somebody accountable too. Like if you say something and you haven't done it, then Canadians stand up and go, we don't want you in here anymore.
You know, see, here's what we forgot. We think we work for the government because we pay taxes.
Yeah.
They work for us.
Us.
We have the right to tell them. And if we do, they got to listen or they disappear. And that's the truth.
Right.
I keep saying it over again. We just got to keep doing that, right?
Exactly.
Now, there was 20,000 flamethrowers sold by Elon Musk. And he was funding his company called The Boring Company. He got $10 million, sold all these flamethrowers for $500, plus you got a free fire extinguisher.
Well, thank
You set
goodness for
yourself on
that.
fire. But I mean, over here, you could like do your driveway, right? You
Right.
can get the flamethrower. So they all got sold, and he brought in $10 million to fund his company, The Boring Company. What's that sound like to you, The Boring Company?
Company. That you're bored and don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's the farthest thing from that. It's boring, like making holes in the ground.
Oh, I should have known that.
So it's what he's going to do is he's going to create hyper electric magnetically levitated pods.
Pods.
Yeah, so they're going to drill holes in the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're going to have these super high speed ways of getting to places. And the first place he wants to do it is like between, I think, New York, Washington, Baltimore,
Okay.
and Philadelphia.
Drilling through the ground.
Yeah, and then you get in these pods and you're gone. And so it'll get rid of a lot of the plane traffic.
Right.
Right? So he...
It's kind of scary too, though.
Yeah, but it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it
so
is.
The Boring Company is not boring. It's actually quite exciting.
Boring.
So you could maybe get across to LA in like,
That-
45 minutes just singing along in your
That'd be
little
sweet.
electromagnetic
There's a
levitated
couple-
pod.
Yeah, a couple movies out there that have that where they're in those pods and they're like laying like this, and it was so cool.
Well, everybody laughed at Star Trek, right?
Yeah.
And doors opening. Now you walk everywhere and the doors open, just like...
Yeah. Oh yeah, everything that you've seen in movies over the years is happening.
Yeah.
The ones that scare me are the ones that, the earth is frozen in a day or whatever, that scares me.
Yeah. But you know what? Live for today, have fun. And,
Enjoy each other.
yeah,
That's what life's all
and
about.
give back, take care of each other. Have
don't-
each other's backs.
I want to see people stop all the crap out there as far as fighting with each other. Just go back to what we used to be back in the day. I know I'm going to sound like an old lady, but
And you're
really,
not.
I like the peace and quiet of it.
And men and women getting along, having families, taking care of
Yeah.
each other, taking care of your
Having
neighbors.
fun.
It was so good. It just, oh, you're
What?
just old. No, it was great back then.
Sitting down to dinner with your family.
And,
You know?
and none of this.
Yeah. Oh no. No. That doesn't happen in my family.
Brain
No,
suction.
it's not happening.
Super Bowl weekend?
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl weekend. My team's in there, as you can tell.
I knew you'd have that on too.
Listen, when remember we were doing the quarterfinals and we were guessing who was going to win?
Yeah.
You beat me.
Yeah, I know.
You kicked my butt.
I was like, yes.
You kicked my butt. I couldn't believe it. But those games could have went either way.
Totally.
And I will say that the Patriots, honestly, were just lucky to sneak on
Oh,
through.
they were. I thought, you got to be kidding me here, but he did great. At the last second, whew.
Yeah, when you talk about a great quarterback, there's a guy, and I don't know why they want to put him under pressure all the time, but he either hits it or we lose. And he hits it.
They're going to leave it thinking, oh, he'll take care of it and get screwed over for it. They really will.
Now, Nick Foles, if he can come up with a good game like he did 2 weeks ago, this weekend, it's going to be a heck of a game. And I would rather
barn
see
burner.
a really good game, although sitting on pins and needles when you're a Patriots fan, it's like, oh, you guys have won all the time, but you know what? It would be nice to win one more. And then after that, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's not true. So what do you think?
Oh, come on. Well, who do you think I'm going to take? Ta-da! That's who I'm taking. I cannot not take it, but it's going to be a heck of a game.
Yeah,
I think.
It's going to be a great game.
I
Good
think.
defense. Philadelphia has great defense.
Oh.
Their offense has been showing some stuff, and they're going to have a few tricks up their sleeve.
It really is going to go either way, I think. I really do.
Gronk is back, though.
Yeah. Oh, is he?
Yeah, Gronk is back.
Oh.
Now, if we had Edelman back, which is not going to happen, I think we would just kind of just go right on through.
Yeah.
And sweep it.
But he's back. He might be rusty.
Yeah. So we're having a party. We got the chicken wings and pizza.
We
ordered
always have
already.
parties.
Yeah,
Come
so,
on.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And,
Of course, you cannot have games like this and not have people over and have fun and laugh your butt off or scream and yell at the TV and want to throw something at it.
well, last year's game, right? You know, we were behind.
Yes.
And there's my mom and my daughter. And
Yeah, you guys.
Oh, hey, you guys. I said, hey,
Hey.
don't watch. And then all of a sudden,
That's
they're
right.
jumping up and screaming, right? And all of a sudden, they went,
Oh,
I
yeah.
told you.
Oh, I know you cannot, Brady. Ooh.
You can't.
So much more coming up too. We have Arts Festival coming up, live art auction and
I'm
celebration.
going to another wine and dine.
I know
You were supposed to be there, but you
I
can't
know.
be.
No, I can't be. I'm doing a thing up north. But I mean, you are. He goes to the wineries and wines and dines with everybody.
The Dream Stay Flight Gala, which you were there, got sick and couldn't stay.
Yes,
how did
I
that-
felt so bad.
How amazing was that setup? and
Oh,
what
it was. Your daughter did a fabulous job. The whole place, the food I hear was amazing, and I believe it because I've been there a few times. Awesome food, but so much going on there. St. Catharines, the Art Association is having this, and it's art for special. Excuse me, evening for special arts, and they've got wine and dine, of course. We said that hors d'oeuvres, and we've got. Well, you're going to be drinking all the wine, but we also have the live auction as well.
I'll be
at
doing that
8
before I drink
p.m.
any wine, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But that's all happening.
So that's on February the 10th. It's at Hernder Winery, which is a great place. This is where your son got married, which is where my daughter's getting married this June.
Nice, awesome.
So-
it's all in the family then.
It's all in the family. We put it all in the family. So it's a really great place. Only $45.
Yeah.
$45.
$45
And
for this
it starts at
tonight.
6:30.
It's going
So
to be fantastic.
yeah, look at the Art Lovers Affair. Look it up
Yeah.
and get tickets. I will be there. Look forward to seeing you when you're there.
Yeah, it'll be a lot.
Sorry you can't be there.
Yeah.
Now some other great news.
You're going to let me announce it or you want to do it? Should I just sit back here and look important?
I'll sort of introduce. How are we gonna do this? I'll say, have you guys heard of 91.7 Giant FM? Now, if you're not from this area, of course you haven't. But of course, if you looked up 91.7 Giant FM, you can find it on the internet and listen to it anywhere in the world.
Right.
And there's a person that I met many years ago in radio, which
know.
happened to be you, and you were on the air there.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of disappeared like we in radio do.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this Monday morning, you are going to be back on the air.
I
Yay!
am. 91.7 Giant FM. I will be on the morning show with Brian and myself and Chuck. I don't know how we're going to announce that yet. It's all so new to me. I got called and said, hey, we'd love you to do this. And I'm like, okay, as long as I can fit it into my schedule. You know, Peet and Reet show goes everywhere, so we're always busy doing that. But hey, we want everybody to come out to any event we're at.
Yeah.
Whether you see us on the radio or not on the radio.
Do you see on the radio now? See, that's
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, they do that now. Everybody has cameras in their studio.
See,
so-
when you're off work for a while, you screw it up all the time.
Yeah, you've just been relaxing, and I understand.
Yeah,
But you're, you know, everywhere we go, and I mean this sincerely, everywhere we go, if I mention your name, it's like we so miss her on the radio.
Aw.
So it's so good
That's
to have
nice.
you back on the air.
Yep, back with you.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's happening Monday. Tune in, 91.7 Giant FM.
And that's from 5 in the morning till 9, early days.
Poor you.
I'm calling you. What
I know,
about,
yeah.
You know I'm going to
Pete,
call you and go,
what should we talk about today?
no, I'm going to do live on the air and go, Pete, are you awake yet? You going in the shower?
Rita? Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah. I'll get you later, my pretty.
Well, I think we are totally wrapped out.
I think we are, and I think we've brought everything back up to the,
To speed?
Yeah.
Everyone's back up to speed.
yeah,
So good to have you back on the show.
so good to be back.
Yeah, and for all of you out there, have an amazing Super Bowl weekend. Go
Chicken wings
Patriots.
and beer.
Go Patriots. And we'll see you next Friday on the Friday Wrap with Pete and Reet. Until then, God bless you all.
That's gonna be great.
So anyway, cheers. Good to have you back.
Thank
Good
you.
show.